evoke your intelligence. The superfluous medley of intellect and spiritual expression. I voice me, myself, I, and my poetry, whether rapping, dancing, DJing, or even the MC. My mission is to give you a glimpse into my world, to let you vision the struggle of my heritage as the beat flows and my words begin to uncurl. Painting vivid word pictures like Picasso with my mind, creating ghetto sonnets that even Shakespeare in his mind couldn't find. Composing music that even Beethoven's ear could appreciate. Writing rhymes that Malcolm X by any means necessary would try to confiscate. Devising moves with which even the Alvin Ailey dancers could not compare. Wearing clothes so unique that even Hilfiger could only stop and stare. My skills will flow ever on till my life force runs out, but another will come forth, and in my place their seed will sprout. This craft is a continuous expression of ourselves. It's not in the past, but the future where our messages dwell. United we stand, never to fall. Nothing shall tear us apart. We will continue to let the beat flow, to let the rhythm hit, till death do we art. Thank you. Next we have Ron Bottoms.
How's everybody doing? All right. This poem I'm going to do, I stumbled upon a little while ago. It's written by Gil Scott Heron. It's called Whitey on the Moon. A rat done bit my sister nail with Whitey on the moon. Her face and arms began to swell and Whitey on the moon. I can't pay no doctor bills, but Whitey's on the moon. 10 years from now, I'll be paying still while Whitey's on the moon. You know, the man just upped my rent last night because Whitey's on the moon. No hot water, no toilet, no lights, but Whitey's on the moon. I wonder why he's upping me, because Whitey's on the moon. Why I was already giving him 50 a week, and now Whitey's on the moon. Taxes are taking my whole damn check, the junkies making me a nervous wreck, the price of food is going up, and if all that crap wasn't enough, a rat done bit my sister nail with Whitey on the moon. Her face and arms began to swell, and Whitey's on the moon. With all that money I made last year for Whitey on the moon, how come I ain't got no money here? Whitey's on the moon. You know, I just about had my fill of Whitey on the moon. I think I'll send all these doctor bills, airman special, to Whitey on the moon. Thank you.
Skills.
My name is Empathic. How y'all doing today? Good. I just wrote this poem a second ago, actually. I don't even have a name for it, but I just write in there basically how I felt. Okay, mad nervous. Sometimes I just sit up in my room and think how this world is full of these shrooms and drinks and bud and crack and drugs that are ruining things. If you get caught in them, then you will sink. People pursuing schemes left with ruined dreams, getting captured by this life and straight up ruining things. So I'm thankful there's a God in the sky, but people gotta deny his presence unhigh, but a lot of them lie to confuse you and I. But the truth is he died upon the cross for our sins. He could have eluded his demise. So what you got to write about? You took the fighting route or the lies route? You let the world put your fire out. I strain to keep my minds right. The world's trying to drain my shining light till I'm no longer rhyming right and I get deluded and my goals get substituted by looting cars. It's so hard to stay rooted in a place like this. I see that face in the mist with 7 heads whipping his tail trying to get me in hell. How many friends I had a piece on and made that beast gone? Cause if you ain't lifting I, then I release some. There's no evasion. Word up, here's the equation. Life equals problems, and problems plus patience plus a clear mind that can see through the delusion put up by this world will get a solution. So I'm gonna seek that one that got a blessing for me and ignore y'all fake ones. Y'all ain't got no message for me.
And you wrote that a minute ago. You might as well just hold this. Next, we have Michael Adams.
Hello. How y'all doing? My name is Michael Adams II. I was inspired by my girlfriend right here. Images blow away like sand through that hourglass figure. Points of the past creating flashes, causing lost memories to be triggered. Nothing but mirages that a thirsty mind creates. Searching for something that's not clear, hoping it's not too late. Giving me vacant clues and no explanation, taking everything from my body and soul, leaving me with no definition. What is this enigma that verticals oneself as my brain bends into it, trying to comprehend what it was dealt? Experts try to analyze it, but most have never seemed to have the experience. I know what it is. It found me, and I drown myself in its relevance. Love, that's what it is, as it empties my body and fills me back up, allowing me to see things that only by a person in love can be touched. Concentrating itself into one person, that to me she be shown. She encompasses the meaning. Love is the name to me by which this girl is known. Coming full circle, circumferencing 360 degrees. I hope she'll be mine forever, for she is my queen. I'm out.
Let's give another round of applause for all. We got one more. Make it clear. This is Mr. Natalio Wheatley.
Good night, everyone. Whenever I get an opportunity, I like to say this poem just to let us know that a picture has been painted of my people of African descent as being a nation of absentee fathers, of welfare moms, of over-materialistic people. And we've internalized a lot of those opinions of ourselves. And I just want us to know that we were not born bad fathers and overly materialistic and violent people. A lot of things that have happened to us has happened to us systematically. So I always want to give my perspective and my point of view on it, okay? It just occurred to me that maturity is discerning the invisible, never the physical. That flash never lasts for eternity. Certainly black and black is a foolish attack, but don't fall for the act, seek a reason that's deeper. Either it's unanimous, my people are just savages, killing fellas for pleasure and never claiming baby carriages. Or initiating this black obliteration is a whack administration that lacks consideration. Vindicating the limitations of the people of my nation is priority, so I'm sorry, but I'm losing my patience. Sometimes I want to scream when I see dreams are crushed. It never seems to be enough, the fiends I never trust, so when the murderers burden us with cups of disgust, I ask God to lift us above this ignorance. Cause it's killing us. White hats with crap getting rid of us with selfish policies that contradict equality. Don't talk to me about that comedy we have about slavery. It's not just physically, it's mentally and spiritually. Serenity of our souls depend upon the whole, which cannot truly be achieved until we see believe that 2/3 of the main is changed. Ain't nothing changed because the end result of brothers in the game getting slain. Blood stains obtained throughout the years of pain manifest through the veins of my 2001 slaves. So save yourself while your health's intact, cause your wealth's your black. Don't bow to the selfish crap, cocaine distributing, opportunity limiting, keeping wages to a minimum, criminal-minded citizens. They're listening, learning, observing, determined to see you die like vermin, disappear like Merlin. Serving the man, you might as well be chopping cotton, rotting at the bottom. Some people will lock your coffin. We started out living in peacefulness instead of evilness. Now the nest is infested, development arrested like tendency. If our destiny is heavenly, then why are brothers begging me on the streets who are 73 years old before I begged them for their gold, which was the wisdom they told and the love in their soul? That's before we were stole by Dracula from Africa, put tricks out to ship out on the Middle Passage massacre. Now the character we play is Blackula because we sucked our own blood and we stuck with no drugs and we buck with no slugs with no trust and no love. We have to find the source of this negative force. Our couple's getting divorced, affirmative action is lost. To get our point across, we have to forget about the Porsche and the mansion, clubbing and dancing and blasting all the black men away. We have to find a better way to enhance our mental state. All of the fellas pray, get down and meditate. Elevate our consciousness so we could celebrate this blackberry skin, ladies and gentlemen, being merry in this genuine melanin, my brethren. African American, Afro-Caribbean brothers from the motherland. No longer do we understand or overstand or withstand this plan to kill this man. Thank you.
Once again, here for all of our open mic participants. I want to officially thank all of you, so to speak. Tonight, we'll have old and new members of Haraka taking you on a journey into their hearts and minds, showing you the irony of life and how we cope with it, so to speak. Our first writer is Patrice Holmes with Illusions of the Mind.
Hello, everybody. My name is Patrice, and let's turn this page back this way. Basically, this poem is called Illusions of the Mind, and it's basically about, how you have thoughts that you shouldn't have, and you try to push them back as far as possible, but somehow they keep coming back anyway. Just a thought. Let me inside. No, you're only a thought. You can't fight me. Let me inside. Caramel coated cascading cravings of you. You can't fight me. Just a taste. That's all, but no, you're just a thought. Caramel coated cascading cravings of you. That's it. I'm creeping in the crevices of your mind. Just a taste. That's all, but no, you're just a thought. Now just relax, imagine, don't be afraid. That's it. I'm creeping in the crevices of your mind. I cannot let you tempt me. But what if we could now just relax and imagine. Don't be afraid. What if I cannot let you tempt me? But what if we could? No, you're only a thought. What if just a thought?
Next we have Ricardo Desmond showing us the right love.
where you cry and apologize for the countless mistakes he makes. Your spirit continues to break, but still, his sight causes your heart to take flight, and his visions fill your days and nights to replace him being your flesh. But still, you feel like together you could reach new heights, because only he shines the luminous light that brightens up your life. Is that how you tell that a love is right? Do your lover's heart come by kisses, seared into the core of your being? Do you arrange your schedule around that special ring that you chose to announce his cause? You continue to fall and fall and fall. Every time you hear his voice, because then you don't have a choice but to submit to his demands. You don't know who you are or where you stand. You feel your self-esteem becoming slight. Is that how you know that love is right? Maybe you never have any fights simply because he's never around. And every time your heart takes off, it violently crashes to the ground. And his visions do fill your days and nights. And so the tears you shed over him, you alter the fears of rejection that you had when he kept acting like a proverbial deadbeat dad. The same light that draws you in burns you to ashes as your shredded and shattered heart derails and crashes. Your obstinate foes remains to be silent and quiet. Is this the right type of love? Look past the illusion. Right love comes minus confusion. It should put your mind at ease. The steady stream of tears will surely cease. It should not be full of ecstatic, euphoric highs and terrible tumbling lows. Right love should flow like cool, calm H2O. He will take you by your hand and pull you up when you trip and fall. He will understand you and cater to your needs. And trust me, he will call. He will adore you and all that is yours. You don't have to keep explaining your intentions and actions anymore. Right love should not make you weak at the knees that you can hardly speak. That's wrong, because right love will make you strong. It brings you to your knees every day and makes you pray. Right love is righteous love, because it's a gift from the Heavenly Father. Right love should flow like soothing, cool water.
Next we have Stacia Murphy, a student type.
How y'all doing again? Welcome again to our show, so to speak. The name of my poem is Asymptotic. Now, I don't know how many of y'all still remember your math days, like algebra. Some of y'all still live in those days now. But do y'all remember curve, what an asymptote is? How many of y'all remember what an asymptote is? Anybody? Okay. For those that don't really understand, an asymptote basically is just a curve that approaches like a limit or whatever, but it never touches it, never actually reaches it. And that's kind of what my poem is about. So keep that in mind when I'm reading. Okay. Asymptotic. When I knew you, your love was asymptotic, limitless. You were time flying closer to me, and joyful melody floating and living spring. You were brain, pouring out your soul for ocean's sake, leaving yourself for growth. I lived through you. I drank of you. I commune with you, only for you. Until you realize time wasn't taken to know me, so time flew by. And that melody became a song fading on while oceans dry. And blood red became brown stain. Lost redemption, left to swim in my own cries. When I knew you, your love was asymptotic, limitless. Basically, destined never to reach me. Thank you.
After the show, everybody gives Nation a hug. Next we have Miss Latrice Holmes again with Reality.
What's up, everybody, again? Okay, this poem is basically about, and I'm pretty sure everybody has known someone who portrays to be someone that they're not, and a lot of people know it, but you know the rest of the song. Where is the reality in all this insanity? Could it be that your preposterous thoughts and commentaries are really just nothing? Just plain empty? You portray someone who you wish you could be. But, honey, you need to come correct to your true identity. Don't be ashamed or play games with what you think you be. Just be you, not me. And surely you'll see that who you are is just fine. No need to be blinded by your crimson lies and fairy tale rhymes about who you be. Let's bring it down a notch and rock what you got. Take a look in this object called a mirror and come hither to this thing called identity, and sure enough, you'll find reality.
Once again, we have Natalia Wheatley. This is, as all of his poems are untitled, this is untitled, The One About the Girl.
Hey, everybody. Big up to everybody in the house who made it. I want to say a special big up to all my queens in the house. Queens. More specifically, the queens who walked with me along the Nile. The queens who bore my baby on the journey to this country on the Middle Passage. The queens who helped heal the wounds of the slave master's whip. And the queens who are still helping heal those wounds, so to speak. And this is how it goes. Not until I was submerged in your words. Not until I observed those superb, superfine curves. Could I imagine or believe, dream or conceive in a heaven? Now 7 days out of each week, my heart speaks in complex tones, telling me a heavenly entity is pleasantly, presently caressing me gently, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, caressing me through each glimpse at your lips, caressing me through each switch of your hips, through each wish for your kiss, through each thing on the list. I sit and reminisce. Miss, don't you know that you make my blood run? You make my heart beat like Africans with 21 drums. You took the keys to my heart and unlocked me from my dungeon. Now I'm caught in a web that love spun, drunk with love rum. I guess I'm just sprung. Cupid left his arrows at home and shot me with a stun gun. I wish someone could tell me where did you come from. If you were not born, the universe would be undone. You eclipse my world like when the moon and sun become one. Dreams of wife and husband, queen and sultan, 25 kids on an island having so much fun. For you I'd run from the Sahara. I would jump from Mount Everest. If it's guaranteed, I would fall into your gentleness, into your intelligence, into your excellence. You make my heart beat against my chest. Never second guess my love for you. You're more beautiful than the winter, spring, or summer's view, or the golden leaves of the fall. You're the center of my universe, my earth, my queen, my all. Thank you.
We'll be selling autographs as low as $5.95. Next, Mr. Temesky Strickland. Have you ever?
Hey, how's everybody doing? We just gonna try to get the sound together real quick because I'm gonna have a little music in the background if y'all don't mind. Am I loud enough right now? Can y'all hear me? A little louder? Can we get up a little bit volume on the mic? It sounds really distorted, doesn't it? I can't be sounding distorted, can I? How's it sound now? Is that a little bit better? Not really? Dang. I mean, this puts a lot of pressure on me right now. If I come out and rap, it's gonna be like, oh my God, all that time I do wasn't even talking. So I hope y'all like my joint. That's as good as you can get it, man. What's really going on? All right, yeah, we gonna start as soon as the music is going. All right, cool. My name is Temesky Strickland, for y'all that don't know me. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight, supporting Haraka. We got a lot of new members with talent, so please continue to support us. This joint I'm about to do is entitled I Wonder Have You Ever, and it's kind of unique for me because it's the first joint that I co-wrote with someone. We're just pretty much having conversations about relationships, life in general, so this poem is kind of about that, so I'm gonna stop battling and just do the damn thing, so hope y'all like it. I wonder, have you ever experienced a kiss of perfection that left you standing like a man's full erection? Or have you ever tried to drive away from love, but all signs kept pointing in its direction? And you wanted to avoid it because this love might be a mere reflection of your last fatal attraction, which left you with no answers, just questions. And instead of guessing, you'd rather be gently caressing and messing around between the sheets, increasing the heat, massaging the body while telling an erotic story without a need to speak. And it feels like you're Greek as you cause my heart to step, while the love is made wet and we float into nights that you'll never forget. I wonder, has one look ever made you feel asthmatic, breathtaking, or some old one look? I got to have it. Have you ever wanted to cling, but only without the static? Charging up the sheets with motion so passionate that everything seems to move in slow-mo. Oh, so slow. Don't ever let go, just let the groove flow and release and breathe. Inhale, then exhale, and then call a friend and do tell. I wonder, have you ever felt compelled not to cheat because the love was so complete that it climaxes your mind, blurring your vision and stammering your speech? Have you ever experienced pure bliss when it just wasn't just sexual, but you were actually interested in the individual who could at any time knock the beat of your heart off schedule? And you knew that the love was divine because it felt like they had a hold on your soul they wouldn't let go. And ask yourself, have you ever floated on cloud nine? Because a love like this costs, and I enjoy spending time. It feels like buying dimes, inhaling, puffing, savoring the flavor of each other's essence. And if you didn't get the message, well, baby girl, let me break it down. You knew that your lover was genuine as they could not only make your nights hotter, but hold you and console you like your own father. You knew that your lover was true as they were more than a significant other, but close like your own sister or brother, and could comfort you like your own mother. And you no longer wonder about that lover because you discovered that this here love I got for you is like no other. Thank you.
Once again, Mr. Messer. Next, Storm Henry, Black Man. How's everybody doing?
All right.
Okay, it sounds like there's 3 of you here. Can I get a little bit more reaction from y'all? Okay, those 3 people again. Thank you. My name is Storm Steve Henry. The title of this poem is Black Man. And as an introduction, just want to let y'all know, just don't assume the meaning of anything. This poem is dedicated to all of the responsible, understanding, beautiful, intelligent Black men out there. Sure, you do crazy things, things we will never understand. Like, why do you lie and cheat, and why are you so scared to end up hand in hand? And how in the hell can we keep you off of the streets? We broke our backs and our hearts trying to save you. Most of us give up, because that is what we are taught to do. But we have to remember, you are ours to save, and at least we have that, when it seems no one else understands. But who is harder than the black man? You are the black male, strong and determined by force, not will. You had no choice. It kind of seems as though the Lord threw you out into the streets all alone. No true concept of what it's like to be at home. You became thugs trying to stay alive. A lot of the shit you do don't seem to make any sense, but you are mine, so I'll at least try. I don't understand. How could any sister out there hate someone as beautiful as the black man? Thank you. Once again, I want to welcome Brew back to the mic with the kiss.
It's not even like that. It's not about kissing y'all. It's still called a kiss though. Well, this poem was kind of inspired by a painting of the same name by
Haraka, Nicole Simpson, and Kristen Tibbs, doing definition of conception.
Definition of conception. Like an oyster I am, making pearls from sand. How will I do this? 3 times 3 semesters are complete. This time came quickly.
How will I do this? Can I endure the pain? This time came quickly. My new life has begun.
Can I endure the pain? The agony and stress will be tremendous. My new life has begun, but it is more than worth it.
The agony and the stress will be tremendous.
Push,
Joy,
breathe,
pain,
push,
painful joy,
Ah!
breathe.
uh,
But it is more than worth it. Aspiring for successful conception, I gave up a part of myself. Push,
Joy,
breathe,
pain,
push,
painful,
Ah!
breathe. At the end of the beginning,
I
still
sweat.
aspiring for successful conception, I gave up
part of myself. Like an oyster I am, making pearls from the sand.
Let's give it up one more time. Next we'll have Cream by Daria.
Alright, how's everybody doing? Alright, peep this out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this music off this keyboard. I'm gonna play the guitar and then I'm gonna get into my part. Is that cool? Huh? This is called Queen. Here we go. What's up, Queen? How beautiful you are, like the birth of a star inside a galaxy of dreams. And it seems that we have met once again for a reason. I'm seeing the completion of my destiny. And the reality, it begins to sink in as I'm thinking, man, how long have I been dreaming? Have I been sleeping, or was I waiting on time to give me a hint or a sign to start the process? But now I'll just digest the portions as they are given. See, this is my test of patience. But God is gracious, so I kneel and pray for mercy, so my earthly desires won't interfere with opportunity. The opportunity of you and me and you. I'm seeing through dark clouds and see it through. See, me and you, we do together what others can't seem to do, because good things are hard to find when the lights are off and plus you're blind. A problem that most people have, because believe it or not, most don't have a spiritual have. And if I were to use math to plot the comparisons on a graph, we'd be ahead by leaps and bounds. My heart it beats in pounds when you enter my line of view. seeing inside of you. They say patience is a virtue, and you're a virtuous woman. Your essence is pulling on the strings attached to my soul, making me whole, and lo and behold, a new horizon is near. And what wasn't clear has now become apparent. So now I'm staring destiny in the eyes, right in his beautiful eyes, with a prize. See, I had to step back and realize that you only get one life, one chance. And with one glance, I knew I wanted to make you my queen. Thank you.
Hope everyone has enjoyed the first half. We'll now have a 15-minute intermission. Please come back and enjoy some more of So to Speak. We will have the artist in residence for Haraka, Ms. Kimberly Branson. She will be the Black House.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I would just like to say that I'm having a wonderful experience with the Haraka writers. I'm very proud of what they have presented this evening to everyone, and I think they deserve another round of applause. I feel so much power. Okay, I'm going to be reading, that was a joke. I'm going to be reading a poem entitled The Black House. And basically, I wrote this some centuries ago, and basically what I was trying to do is just submerge myself into my culture and experiences, because so often, I don't know, you're not, or I did not feel that I was able to do that in a positive light, and I didn't feel that my culture was often viewed in a positive light. So I was like, okay, well, what if I could just create this black house? What would it be like? And I think it was some Pat Metheny playing when I wrote it, but I don't have that with me, so. Here we go. Welcome to the Black House, where everything is black. Because I don't think I'll be making it to the White House. Now, can you get with that? I got black wood doors and black marble floors. I got a little blackbird and a black butterfly. In the vestibule, I got black Muslims selling bean pies. I got a black cat named Freedom roaming round my crib. I got black art on my walls, and I only eat burnt black ribs. In one room, I got a black bum I rescued from the streets. And ain't no air up in here, because black folks like heat. I got black books like Why the Cage Bird Sings, Makes Me Want to Holler, Invisible Man, and some other black things. Shelved, there's a slang dictionary, which would be, on the contrary, any place else but the Black House. With some of this and some of that, and some y'all, what up, black, would it be like, food? Shoo, we gon' turn this mother out. I don't know what you talking about, don't know what you heard. You better ask somebody, word. I got a black friend named McGeary who used to live in a slump. He likes to play blackjack in that game where the spade is always trump. Right on. I got Nikki Giovanni on loudspeaker speaking on revolution. And resurrected this Harold and Malcolm in the study constructing a new constitution. On the third floor, I got a Blockbuster video, only renting Spike Lee joints. And I've got a black Uncle Tom all tied up watching, trying to get the point. And Rosa, she's got marked for transportation, moving African Americans rapidly to the Black House. Her motto, her greeting, we specialize in front row seating. All aboard to Canaan, because she can't let that man know what she's really saying. And Maya, she's got a she flips through some pages. When just then on the blackboard in her own black accord she writes, "My precious babies, you too have a voice. The prize is yours. So make the choice to rise, rise, rise." Now that's good teaching. And over here there's preaching. Reverend Wright has just flown in from the Million Man March again. He's up at the pew, Bible in hand, preaching from a tribal point of view. And he just might explode from this black on black overload racing through his veins. When just then he turns to the choir and says, "Choir, sing, no greater love, no greater love." I got black artifacts like pyramids and pomades and, oh snap! Don't look now, but I think I got pigs outside trying to do a raid on my black house. But I ain't leaving. Oh no, I like this personal segregation. You see, I may own a black house, but I don't think I own a nation. I'm a product of a movement. And I don't care if they think it stinks. I'm a product of a movement. From African to American, from king to kunta, from mandingo to mulatto, from the soles of my feet to Honda del Sols, from my tribe to my turf, from regal to rabid, that I won't break this habit of rejecting, reflecting anything that is not black. Deep down in this dilemma, I don't care. They ain't finna do a raid on my black house, because black is what I'm all about. They got their White House way up on hill. They say it's just paint white, but I know the deal. Look, I hear they even got white dirt up in there, now ain't that a trip? On everything that's mine, I swear I'm totally uptight, and I just might rip. So you see, I won't be leaving my black house, not no more. Black is mine. So whether you're black upper, black middle, or black poor, come inside. Welcome to the Black House, where everything is black. Because I don't think I'll be making it to the White House. Now, can you get with that? Thank you.
Next, I'm introducing myself. I'm Erica Walker, the student coordinator for Haraka. For those of you who don't know by now, Haraka is a group of writers. We meet every Wednesday at 6:30 in the BCC. We're part of the 4 illustrious performing arts ensembles. You should come check us out. The title of my piece, this was today, is called Indelible. Indelible means something that's not capable of being deleted or obliterated. Writing is how I feel like I make my mark in the world, my John Hancock, so to speak. And I feel that I write indelibly, that it lasts forever. Indelible. My heart bleeds on leaves of recycled grass. Not for the masses do I undress my mind, but for my own kind. I intertwine my soul speak on an 8.5 by 11 sheet. My steel-toed soul is bared in blood, and ink stains my fingers like sin stains your soul until your story is told, and he forgives. I write in abstract axioms placed in my hand by the Lord's Holy Spirit. Can you hear it? Don't worry about what's right or what's wrong. Focus on what's inside, not what they view. Arm yourself with nib and ink, and just think, just be you. Let the syllables flow free, because forever will I bleed on grass. Ever will I write indelibly. Thank you. Next we have Storm Henry once again with Are You Sure?
couldn't think of anything, so we're just gonna stick with it. You steady wishing away the storm. Obviously, you don't realize how much you need her, nor the beauty that contains her. Without her, rain, thunder, lightning, clouds, and wind, you wouldn't survive. She is the essence of life. Her rain waters the trees that soon become the books that feed your soul. As the thunder rolls, she continually nurtures your mind, body, and soul. The lightning lights up your eyes, many are scared, yet some understand her beauty and the way she drifts across the sky. Sadly, most criticize her size, color, shape, or form. They tend to think the worst when she floats their way. You know, without her, there would be no life. God knew what he was doing when he sent the storm to be by your side. So please remember to cherish her ability to nurture her people as a whole. Open your soul. Let her rain in on you, and before you walk away, glance back and let your eyes fall upon her rainbow. Thank you.
Next up is Freedom. That's that cat in the Blue House by Victoria.
Hello, everybody. This piece is entitled Freedom. When I was writing it, just kind of thinking about young people and the things we go through in this world, and how oftentimes we think that we have to make our own mistakes in order to learn a lesson. And I personally believe that we can learn from the mistakes of our elders. So this poem just really talks about what I want for my life and how I feel about young people and what we can do with it. Okay. This is entitled Freedom. Allow me to love for the duration of the night, and when morning comes, grant me the eternity of my ancestors. As the universe shines, I turn on its axis, and my capacity to thrive begins to grow. All that was before me takes refuge in temporary bodies because the beautiful ones are not born yet. So they wait in the forest, dancing in the trees, cultivating the soil, preparing for the new age generation. But when it arrives, all that is left to represent their existence is a memoir addressed to the future, but it's written in a foreign tongue, unable to be deciphered or understood, therefore lost and misinterpreted. Why then will we take something so precious and trample it in a world of confusion, trashing virtue and defaming discretion, misguiding the young and forsaking the old? While the old say, my gift from God has been taken from me, the young follow in the same shallow footsteps, while the earth screams, remember the Creator in the days of your youth. But they're so busy defiling the earth and poisoning their temple, this scream becomes a whisper. No one hears, no one listens. So this new age generation becomes a lost, listless generation, possessing reason but no spirit. If only balance would come out of the clouds and bless us with her presence, these age-old friends could unite and become whole again. But the sky is dark and it looks like it's gonna rain, thus producing a rainy drought. And everyone looks into my face as if the answer were always there while I pray in the midst of my tears. Allow me to love freely and truly so that I may attain what this universe has prescribed for me. Do not hinder the voices of old, crying out to me, praying for me to break this treacherous curse. All who desire free love in the name of passion and sacrifice, come forward. For passion is suffering, and to feel means to suffer deeply. But without it, life is empty, callous to the future, blind to the past. So while age-old buddies unite, let us write letters to the wind and befriend those who have avoided the chaff. And with our heads bowed, let us wait humbly for the night to pass away, while the morning becomes eternity and the sky begins to fall. Thank you.
Next we have Words of Unspoken Innocence, Patrice Holmes.
This is my last time for radio. This is my last time.
Are you sure?
Okay, but no, I just want to bring it on a serious tip. This poem basically was talking about the terrorist attacks, and about 2 days after it happened, my mind just continually thought about, what if that was one of my family members or a friend that was in that building, and I know it might be kind of hard for you to even try to fathom the thought if, you were in that position or if you had someone that was dear to you that was in that position, but as I read this poem, just kind of, if you can, put yourself in that position. All I did was sit and close my eyes. I was just there to enjoy my ride. I never expected for things to be this way. I had places to go, like see my relatives and loved ones today. All I did was pray for a safe trip. How was I supposed to know that this was it? This wasn't what I had in mind. It wasn't my time. I never expected to go into another direction. Why this? It's my only question. All I did was breathe. I never threatened anyone with missiles or guns. I was just a passenger relaxing in my seat. I never expected this to be this way. I never expected that this would be the last sunny day I'd ever see. I don't understand. All I was an innocent passenger. And that was it. I was innocent. So what did I do to deserve this punishment? All I did was cry. Why is everyone screaming, God, why? My family and friends are waiting for me. I can't leave. What did I do to deserve this insanity? Can't you see? All I did was breathe.
Next up, we have the diva, Stephanie Spalding. Stephanie Rose Spalding. Excuse me. I am.
This is just a test for the hearing impaired administered by the Stephanie Spalding Broadcasting Network. If this were an emergency, instructions would immediately follow. I am the murdering mother of many, the dictating absentee father. I am the rejecter of my children's necessities, the sole source of sustenance for strangers. I am the philanthropist living in debt, the benefactor leaving an inheritance of hardship. I am the healer handling narcotics, the doctor prescribing death, the protector inflicting pain, and the government that governs not. I am the environment pouring toxins into the lake, the tree bearing bodies. I am the model of freedom, stifling liberation, the change choking my dreams of democracy. I am the pioneer destroying nations, the savior sending adversity. I am the preacher praying for sins I plan to commit, the fig tree yielding no fruit. I am America.
Dario.
I'm gonna my homie come up here and play some.
Hey, he got a crew.
What? It's just saying, he said something open mic. In case I didn't remember. I sit and open my eyes and die. I take a minute to realize as I begin to take time to observe time. As time moves on, from dawn to dusk and back to dawn. See, time, it never pauses because time, it doesn't take time to look at you and say, hey, I think he needs me to slow down. Because see, a matter of fact, if you look at the clock now, you see the time is running and that you're running out of time. But if you always think like that, you'll be running out your mind. There's only so many hours, minutes, and seconds before we all have to reflect and reckon for. See, these things we expected for our lives. When we get to heaven's door, they're going to pull up our record. It might not say what you expected. See, it might just say that you never knew the time. But see, how can this be when you're so clock sensitive? I have to be here by 10 and there by 11 and by 11:15 I got to split the scene, man. And I can't help you because see, I got this thing, man. And you understand I can't be wasting my precious time. So I ain't got time for you. Back on schedule, your schedule that is. It seems like you got a handle of things, but to me, it seems like things got a handle on you. You don't understand what I mean. See, what I mean is that you think you master time, but really time has become your master. See, the more it ticks, the more you move faster and faster. And with every season that passes, your soul gets bypassed by you. And it's funny that you're so busy, but you don't ever seem to get anything accomplished. So you should give careful thought to your ways. You have planted much, but have harvested little. You eat, but you never have enough. You drink, but never have your fill. You put on clothes, but are not warm. You earn wages, only to put them in a purse with holes in it. So take a minute and think, is it more important to have things or is it more important to have love? See, things are slick and come and go quick, but love takes time, lasts eternally, and I know that you'll find that God is love and love is patience, and patience gives you time to unwind, to reflect, to relax your mind, to remind, to connect your spirit with the author of all time. I mean, just look at the signs. See, for him, the clock stopped and started all over again. For the birth of one son of man, BC, went to AD. So every time you write the date, you can never negate the letters JESUS. And see, what's best is that when someone says who's got the time, you can say, God's got time in his hands and in his plans I'm fine, because until then you'll be blind. I mean, they can make a clock into a 3-story sign and make it with the newest design. But see, without him, you never know the time. Word.
Give them once again for Dario. That was skills video. Next, we have another untitled production by Natalia Wheatley. This is untitled, The One Not About the Girl.
I'm gonna let you know what it's about. First of all, giving a shout out to the Harakaites, I guess. Diary escalated, silky smooth, just silky. And the rest of the family, I just want to say, you guys are my new family, being here at Purdue, because you've made it a lot easier. You've made it easier for me to adjust, to this new environment. Coming from, the Caribbean and then Atlanta, Purdue's a little different. But you made the transition easier. Also, shout out to our artist in residence, Kim. And she's not gonna promote herself, I'm a promoter. I just bought her book, it's $10. And she got a lot of hot joints up in there, okay? So you need to check her out, okay? She didn't tell me to do this. Okay, this piece is about struggle, okay? And it's applicable to most, because most of us struggle, okay? Some of you are struggling in family, struggling with your dad, with your mom, with your brothers, your sisters. Some of you struggling with a significant other, or someone who you have to be involved with or in relation to because of situations like babies and stuff. Some of you struggling with your financial situation, struggling with grades. I look around and it's just all a big struggle, and sometimes as a people we have to come to grips with this struggle and come to terms with this struggle. So this poem was in recognition of that, okay? Will the struggle never cease? Will peace ever find me? Is it likely my psyche will survive until I'm 90 years old? Or will the cold of this life try and bite me? Strike me and fight me with the icy depths of death. Place stress to the steps of one obsessed with righteousness. Regardless of the hardness of my test, I am blessed, for I possess the highest rest, despite my life distress in the flesh. I invest trust in the quietness, yes, in the mightiness, yes, of He who's the center of my entire quest. And all the dire circumstance that surrounds my earthly dance is insequential compared to my vast eternal task. I only ask for pain if I can gain life beyond the disguise of my eyes and realize that I'm strong through the fire that purifies lives in Babylon. All the lies that make us pawns, leave us drawn to wrong. I tell the devil be gone so that my soul can be calm and breathe songs of sweet psalms. Take this moment of pain so I could praise for eons. I know the journey is real long, sometimes my knees buckle. But keep me humble in my struggle, Lord, and even when I stumble, let me know you're a very present help in times of trouble. And all the rubble that I live in is a mansion in glory. If I keep the Master's commandments before me mandatory, tell the emancipation story of the holy matrimony between God and the people who chose not to do evil. My feeble feet are blessed, sons and daughters are crying, vital waters are drying, souls are in the desert, Lord, starving and dying. But you saved me and gave me a heart of a lion. Now I'm marching to Zion among the stars of Orion, shining bright, giving off light, reflecting God's might, and in spite of my weakness, God still is benevolent. His grace is still evident. His name is still excellent. That's why until I die, I'll be forever reverent. and represents heaven sent elements in the present tense. Share positive sentiments, eloquent revelations, silent meditations. Place emphasis on education, emphasis on elevation, the preservation of our respiration, encourage the restoration for our reputation for being a rebel nation. A people that never quits defecating resignation, but being soldiers of success, blessed with dedication until we walk and not faint. Is my only obligation until we run and not get weary is a cause for celebration. And coming generations will be birthed in the clean earth from my sweat and tears, my hearing with rebel ears, my seeing with rebel eyes, not heeding the devil's lies, but conquering any fears my people have had for many years. We've made this hell appear, let us now make heaven here. Thank you, y'all.
We're going to close out this evening with the verse, one of the greatest books of poetry, the Bible. And this is a scripture, Matthew 24, 4 through 12, in Pantoum by Stephanie Sparrow. A pantoum is a poem where in the first verse, the second and fourth lines recur again in the first and third lines of the next verse, and so on and so forth.
Preach. Yeah. All right.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord, everybody. See, we talked about September 11th, and we want to have National Days of Prayer, and 21 days later, we can't praise the Lord. I said, praise the Lord, everybody. It's a lot going on right now, and, everybody's worried, oh my God, is this the end of time? Is this the end of time? But nobody's turning to the right book. That's the word that the Lord gave. Hallelujah. Can I get an amen up in there? See, y'all not feeling me, so I'm going to talk to that clock over there, because y'all not paying attention. I'm just go ahead and read the scripture. Because see, the word says, for it is written, so shall it be. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, famines, pestilences, and nations against nations, all for my name's sake. Hallelujah. Did you hear? All for his name's sake. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Sin and sorrow shall plague the earth, all for my name's sake. Love is lost and lawlessness leads. Have mercy, Lord Jesus, lawlessness leads. Sin and sorrow shall plague the earth. These are the beginnings of sorrow. Love is lost and lawlessness leads, but I am not yet come. Did you get that? I am not yet come. These are the beginnings of sorrow. False prophets shall rise up and delude, but I am not yet come. In my name they will deceive. False prophets shall rise up and delude, saying, I am the Christ. In my name they will deceive. So upon my word you must believe, saying, I am the Christ. Famines, pestilences, nations against nations, so upon my word you must believe. For it is written, so shall it be. Thanks. All right.
I want to thank all of you for coming out, so to speak. Give everyone a round of applause. Once again, Haraka Writers, I'm thankful that all of you guys came out. Thank you to our artist in residence, Kim, for showing up. She was the one she got here. We won't be scarce. I hope you come to our next performance. Look out for us. Well, we do have the Cultural Arts Fest in December, but hopefully Haraka will be putting together something before then, give y'all a little more of our rhythm and muse. We'll just stick that out, let that, marinate for a little while. Hopefully we'll get something around November, maybe another open mic. If we can have, participation from the audience, it would be lovely. But thanks for coming out. God bless you.